Hey guys, what's up? So we have NFL on Saturday actually in this video, and I'm going to get into the picks in a second here. I really wanted to get this video out to you guys. No face cam today, but I just wanted to do a real quick video. It is a decent Saturday slate, and I wanted to show you guys the picks. I'm going to give you guys a pick for each team, so two picks each game, six picks overall. Let's get into the video right here. So, starting it off, we're going to go the first game of the day. We'll go in order. We have Cincy versus Minnesota. And basically, if you've been following me or you're in the Discord or anything like that, you know that Jake Browning's that guy. I don't know what is happening with this dude. He's playing better than Joe Burrow this season, and you can call me crazy. I'm not saying he's better than Joe Burrow. I'm just saying the two games he started, he's played better than Joe Burrow has this season, and that's a statistical fact. So come at me if you want, but you're wrong. Um, it's just too tempting to keep going over on Jake Browning. I mean, he looks great, 229 and a half. He's hit 354 and 275. It's not like Minnesota's some lockdown defense. Yes, they shut out the Raiders, but um, even though the Raiders just dropped like a high score of 63 points. The Raiders are not good. Minnesota did shut them out, but Minnesota doesn't have some crazy good defense. I'm not too worried about Jake Browning hitting 229 and a half. He's hit for me the last 2 weeks. I'm more than okay betting on his over for passing yards. That's the best play for the Cincinnati Bengals. Next, we'll go with Minnesota. The player I like the most on Minnesota is by far Hawkinson, and he's actually one of my favorite plays of the day. Probably my favorite play of the day, actually. He's just been super consistent. I mean, you look at this, he's right at that line every game, if not over. And, um, he's playing a horrible Cincy defense. They are ranked last in the league when it comes to defending tight ends. Overall, they're like 25th in the league, I believe, giving up receiving yards a game. So Cincinnati, horrible defense, should be a close game. If not, Minnesota should be behind, I believe, actually. So they should be passing the ball. Hawkinson should smash 53 yards. Honestly, with this one, you could go 12 and a half fantasy score. I'm not sure where I'm going to go yet. Either one, I think he should hit both, but I'm just trying to debate whether or not I think he's scoring a touchdown. You know, point per reception. So six catches, let's say 55 yards. That's 11 and a half. That 12 and a half, it's close. You know what I mean? Like I might want to go there, but we'll see. If you're feeling really risky, if you want a good one of these demon plays, this is not a bad one. I like Hawkinson touchdown as a demon play. If you want to do one of those, I don't mind that at all. Next, the second game of the day is, I believe it is Colts and Pittsburgh. So first, we'll go Colts and we'll go Pittman. He is the most underrated receiver in the league right now. I don't know why. The last few weeks, he's been literally a top five fantasy wide receiver. He's going insane. Since Minshew's been the quarterback, he's gotten like 11, 12, 13, 15 targets a game. Like he's averaging like 12, 13 targets a game. It's ridiculous. Like look at the reception line, like 12, 13, 16, 11. That's insane. So he's getting a lot of targets. He's a great wide receiver. He had kind of a down year last year, so people kind of forgot about him going into this year, but he's still a great player. 76 and a half yards in a game where it's not going to be some blowout or anything like that. It should be a close game, should be a decent game. I don't see how Pittman doesn't get 76 and a half receiving yards. Again, Pittman's the same kind of thing. You can go receptions, you can go targets, you can go. I personally would not go fantasy points. I don't think you should go fantasy points just based off of, I don't know. I just think that that's kind of a high line, 16 and a half, even though he has hit it. It's kind of touchdown reliant. So I love Pittman, 76 and a half receiving yards. Again, most underrated wide receiver in the league right now. Next, we will go for Pittsburgh. I'm thinking one of the running backs. I think I want to go Najee, but I don't know. Overall, I don't like betting on Najee in general. He's just kind of ass. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, this dude went to high school near where I live, and like I saw him playing high school, and it's just like, God, he's so overrated, man. The dude is slow. I'm sorry. That guy runs in slow motion. Like sometimes I swear to God, I'm like I could be out there and I'm outrunning Najee, bro. 40-yard dash, I'm outrunning Najee on God. Like I don't know what it is, but he's playing a bad defense. He has had a good year. Look, 99 yards, 82 yards, 63 yards. The line's pretty low. This team needs to play Jalen Warren more, man. I mean, this is bothering me why they're not. 44.5 rushing yards, but it kind of just like, it depends if he breaks one or not. If he doesn't break one, you're screwed. He's only going to get 6, 7 carries in a game. Like, his line's at 9 attempts. I mean, what? He might get like 8. It's rough. It's hard to say. So that's why I'm going Najee. I like Najee rushing yards instead. But God, dude, if he hits the under on this, I'm telling you guys, man, I told you. If he hits the under, I told you he's ass. If he hits the over, I told you, bro. It's a win-win for me. Let's go into the last one. What is it? Saturday Night Football. It is line. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My favorite team ever. Let's get one thing straight, guys. I swear to God, I'd be glazing the Lions in all these videos. Let's make one thing very clear. I am not a Lions fan. I'm not a Lions hater, but I'm not a Lions fan. The reason I always love the Lions and always bet on Lions is they just print cash. The reason I say that is because Dan Campbell is just like a stand-up dude. And the way he thinks is so like on paper and basic. And as a sports bettor, I literally love it. Like, he hands the ball off. If it gets like 5 yards, he hands the ball off again. If it gets another 5 yards, he hands it off. Like, if something works, he's gonna stick to it. Unlike all these other, like, that might be the only team in the league that really does that, like, to a T. Like, all these other teams, like, they'll run it, it works, but then they're like, oh, it works, so they think we're gonna run it again. Now let's pass it, and they play these mind games, and it's insanely hard to bet on. The Lions are so consistent with what they do; it's insane. Like, they want to run the ball. They are a great passing team, but they want to run the ball. Like, that's what they do, right? So, like, look at David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs in this game. I absolutely love them. Denver is dead last in the league in rushing defense. You have the Lions coming off of back-to-back bad games. I mean, they have just looked bad for the last 2 games. Playoffs are coming up. This is the last 2 bad games they had were away games. This game's coming back at home. Dan Campbell is pissed off. He wants to get back to what they do, which is running the football. He has a great chance of this at home against the worst running defense in the league. I am telling you, they are running the football down Denver's throat this game. That is their game plan. That is what they are going to do, and it's going to work. Look at this. You have David Montgomery, 67.5. Like I said, these are horrible games for the Lions. They looked like they couldn't get a first down in these games, and he still barely missed. You look at this. Also very interesting to me, and I think it's something to note. Everyone knows that Montgomery at bare minimum is getting 50 or 60 rushing yards. It's 5 or 6 fantasy points. He might get a catch. He might not. Call it 6, maybe 7 fantasy points. They have his fantasy score line at 12, but then they have his touchdown at like a .5. What is this? What is it called? Like a goblin? It's like Demons and Goblins. Yeah. They have it at a .5 goblin. So they're basically saying it's super high odds he scores a touchdown, but then his fantasy is like normal odds. So I don't understand that. If they're saying that he's most likely scoring a touchdown, if he scores a touchdown, he's 1,000% hitting his fantasy score. His fantasy score line's low enough to if he hits a touchdown, he's getting the line of 12 easily. So usually I go rushing yards, but I mean, if they're that confident, I don't mind going fantasy score all here. I agree he's going to score a touchdown, so I might actually go fantasy score instead for David Montgomery. And I know I said 1 pick per team. Guys, go Gibbs too. Screw it. I mean, look at this. This is what I'm saying. They're so consistent. Dude, go Gibbs over on rushing yards or fantasy. It doesn't matter. I'm going over on fantasy on both these dudes, like straight up. I swear to God. And then on top of that, I'm going Sam. This is what I'm saying. The lines are so good, dude. They print cash. I'm going to Sam Laporta too. I don't even care at this point. Dude, Sam Laporta's what, at 48 receiving yards? Okay. Swear to God, come for me right now. I know what I'm talking about, guys. He's getting over 48, okay? You just be like, oh, you went on the graph, it's all red. I don't give a fuck if it's all red, okay? Sam Laporta is an amazing tight end. He's having a great year. Dude, you can go over on fantasy points. You go over on yards. The reason I say this is, like I said, they're going to run the football. Running the football comes with some play action to the tight end. It always does. On top of that, Denver's a bad defense against tight ends as well. That's why I like Sam Laporta a lot. Obviously, I like Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery more than Laporta, but I like Laporta as well if you want to like start really stacking players from the same team. Last team, Denver. Jesus, God, I hate betting on this team, dude. But you got to do what you got to do. Cortland Sutton. Let's see, man. Cortland Sutton on yards is the move tomorrow. 55.5 receiving yards. He's been killing this line. Not killing, but he's been hitting it pretty consistently. He's definitely, I'd say, edged his way as the number one receiver on the team by far. Like before, it's kind of, is it Jerry Jeudy, is it Cortland Sutton? I'd say it's obviously Cortland Sutton. Now it's not really up for debate anymore. And they're playing Detroit. Like I said, Detroit's going to run the football. They're going to be up in this game. Denver's going to be from behind. They're going to be passing the ball. Indoor stadium. So obviously, you like that in a passing game. And then Detroit has been playing very bad against the pass lately. So I expect Russell Wilson to play decent in this one. I expect Cortland Sutton to get one or two looks down the field. Hopefully he can grab one or two of them, and then he should easily be able to hit that line. 55.5 doesn't scare me at all for Cortland Sutton. I like that pick a lot. So overall, this is what we got. We got Jake Browning over 229, Hawkinson over 53. This is my play of the day. I love this play. Pittman over 76, Najee over 51, Montgomery over 12, and then Cortland Sutton over 55. If you want to just do a two-man, David Montgomery over 12, and then TJ Hawkinson over 53. By far, those are the two best picks. It's not even close. By far, it's not even close. Those are the picks for tomorrow. I'm going to post more picks on my TikTok, and then as always, if you guys want additional picks to all this, go ahead and go to the link in the description of this video or the description of the YouTube channel itself. That is the link to my Discord, and then it'll bring you to it. It is $4.99 a week. You can cancel anytime, and I give like 15 to 30-ish picks a week, and we're starting to do a lot of NBA and a lot of NHL, which has been doing well. Good vibes in that Discord. Everyone's super cool, and the picks are going pretty well. So if you guys want to join that, go ahead and do that. That'd help me out a lot, and I'd appreciate it. Other than that, if you like the free picks I give on the channel, give a like on the video, and then subscribe if you want to see more picks. I give free picks all the time on this channel. It's a pretty fun time. People comment if you tail the picks, if they hit, if we're cashing out together. I love for you guys to let me know. Other than that, those are the picks for tomorrow. I'll see you guys in my next video, and good luck with all your picks.